right, Emma, it's devotional time. We're here at an Onset landmark, Marc Anthony's. I've got a slice right here. I'm going to hand it off to Emma. Everybody, I think, knew we'd end up here sooner or later. Anyway, what do we do here? This is one verse devotional. I'm going to give you one verse. I'm going to do a little devotional out of that verse. Get in, get out, get you on your way through your day, give you a little bit of encouragement, give you something to kind of hold on to. Last week we were in the book of Romans. I kind of feel like we just need to stay in the book of Romans. What do I always say? What's my motto? Don't have to get through the Bible, got to get the Bible through you. So I feel like we're just going to camp out here for a while. And so today, last week we did Romans chapter 12, verse 2. I did Romans 8:28. I want to stay in Romans chapter 8 this week. And I think we're going to be here all week, guys. I think this is where we're going to be. All right. Verse 31. Here's what it says. What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also with him graciously give us all things? Who shall bring any charge against God's elect? It is God who justifies. Who is to condemn? Jesus Christ, the one who died. More than that, who was raised, who was at the right hand of God.
I think this might be a little more than one verse.
It is, but it's just so good, I gotta keep going. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or sword? It's all good, I could just keep going. But it's really, the verse I want is verse 31. What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? What Paul there, he says, what then shall we say to these things? Well, what things is Paul talking about there? He's actually referring to conversation he started back in chapter 3 about some of the basic foundations of the Christian faith. I just spit at you, I'm sorry. But even if we just look at chapter 8, wow, you never know what's going to happen. You never know. Chapter 8, some amazing statements of the faith. That he makes. He says there at verse 1 of chapter 8, that's going great already, really good. Therefore, there is therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. For the law of the Spirit of life has set you free in Christ Jesus from the law of sin and death. Amazing. He says here, where am I at? If Christ is in you, although the body of is dead because of sin, the Spirit of life is life because of righteousness. There's so many things there. That what can we say about those things? And I think the first thing I want you to kind of wrestle with is the things that we read throughout the book of Romans, throughout the Bible, the things that we hear. What can we say about those things? What difference have they made in your life? What change have they made in your life? I refer to the book of Romans many times as like the quick start guide to the Christian faith. I also say that Romans should be like the background music of your life. It should just be in you, and it should be forming you. It should be changing you. So what then can you say about those things? The things that you know, the things that you've heard, the things you've been taught. We're in Romans, so we can just focus on Romans if we want to, but be thinking about that as we go through these devotionals. What can we say about these things? And then tomorrow we'll get into the next part of that. So, all right, think about that as you go about your day. We've got Marc Anthony's pizza here. I'm going to hand my Bible to you as well. Now, I don't know if this is really a fair review because I'm only reviewing a slice. Also, it's Marc Anthony's. This is like a staple here at Onset. You've got surroundings. I think it gets points for the place. It's got kind of a great ambiance. You're here, even though it's January, it still feels like you're at the beach. So, all right, here we go. It stuck to the thing there. All right, looks pretty good, even though it's just a slice. Here we go. Now, I will say this is the best pizza we've had so far, for sure. Oh man, that's really good. I think I gave Puccini's a 7-1. I think this is much better than Puccini's. I'm gonna say. So good. 7-8. A few points just because of where it is and what it is here at Onset. You can never go wrong with Marc Anthony's. Anyway, that's the review. That's the devotional. I am Pastor Dave. We'll see you next time.